Hey, I'm just James. You might be wondering why what this all about. So basically, uh, you might have got a slip in the mail sometime back about the Public Works project, and so what um it just has to do with the old wooden poles with the wires. And so basically, what the utility companies are doing that own the poles and wires is that they are replacing them or upgrading them with more bushfire and flood resistant poles and wires that are like either composite material or steel compared to the old hardwood ones. So it's like a $2 billion project. And can you guess who they're making to pay for it? Yeah, it's the electricity companies. And so um the electricity companies are basically charging anyone who pays the bills by they increase the rates each year. So yeah. Um and long story short, the federal government has approved a they've approved basically it's a program for homeowners to get their own on-site generation and storage. That and so if you've been wondering why some of your neighbors are getting charged far less or even getting credits on their bills, that's why. So um yeah, and we would also need uh to see if you'd be eligible, we need to assess you for the on-site generation and storage. We would need to assess your electricity usage, what kind of rate hikes you've been made to pay compared to how much you might like to get the electricity bills down to, um, just to see if we can help. And yeah, so that's basically what we do. We just help homeowners to to spend far less on their electricity without being required to invest upfront for that. So if if we can't redirect the funds that you're currently spending on your electricity bills anyway into spending less over the long term, with like paying off your own on-site generation and storage, then we don't even do it. So typically, for the homeowners we've been able to help, they're on track to save anywhere between 20 to 160 grand over the next 10 or more years, depending on what size system they have, how much electricity they're using, what electricity company they're with. So yeah, it's around 20 to 160 grand that they would save. And the reason why it can be up to 160 grand over 10 years is because um, some homeowners we've helped, they've gone from getting electricity bills to getting credits instead. So, for example, we helped Rob. He was spending $250 a month before we got his system installed, his panels and batteries, and afterwards he was getting credits of about $150 per month. So he was saving 250 plus 150 is $400 a month. So over 10 years, including avoiding rate hikes of about 8% a year or 2 to 5% a year if we're conservative. But the actual rate hikes have been about 8% per year over the last 10 years, or about 13% over the last 4 years. So yeah, if we're conservative about those and just assume about 2 to 5% per year rate hikes, then he would be on track to save. Rob would be on track to save about 66 grand over the next 10 or more years. So the battery has a warranty of 10 years, and the expected lifespan would typically be around 15 to 17 years, possibly more if the battery is installed in the garage or in a sheltered location. Okay. So yeah, that's a couple of questions. So again, there's no upfront cost to do it. And homeowners, people we've helped, they spend less, far less, where they're avoiding the rate hikes and have more control over their electricity. Because they don't have to pay without a say for the rate hikes each year. Um, because I mean, when your electricity company raises their rates each year, do you have any say over that? Not really, right? So yeah, by having your own on-site generation and storage, you just avoid drawing electricity from the poles and wires and having to pay for that with the rate hikes each year. So that's typical questions that we get. I think I've covered just about the basis of it. Just try to think for a moment if there is any other questions. Well, yeah, that's at least the most common ones. Like, what do we do? How much does it cost? There's nothing upfront required. Just costs less. Compared to just paying bill after bill after bill for the rest of your life. It's like renting your electricity. So if you have any more questions, feel free to come prepared to the meeting, to a meeting that I've scheduled with you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Um, yeah. All right. Take care.